What's up, everybody? This is Jumpin here, and today I'm going to be doing a Batarian Soldier revised build. I decided to go ahead and do this because this is going to be a little bit of a special video, mainly for the new operation coming up. I don't know the name of it. I think it's called Savage, which is going to be to use Batarians, Vorchas, and Krogans. So I decided to go ahead and pretty much show you this build. This is going to be a Rieger Carbine Batarian Soldier build. As you know, the Rieger Carbine is an incredibly overpowered weapon in this game, and this is hands down the best gun for this guy because he's so close range. Alright, like I said, this is a revised build from my previous ones. If you guys don't know, this guy got actually nerfed pretty badly because of his ballistic blades getting like nerfed. What it used to be is that when you went for cone spread on ballistic blades, it had a 360 degrees like ability to hit, and they reduced that now to go to what it was supposed to be. It was kind of a glitch. So because of that, I go for damage now just because I use it pretty much point blank and that's it. And I still go for range, and I go for exploding blades, which is very good. It just blows up your targets. Alright, now for blade armor, I don't go for incendiary because I just don't like incendiary grenades or whatever. I just don't like them. So I go for durability for blade armor, recharge speed, which was just for your shield, for the just to help you stay alive longer, and then durability. This guy with blade armor and the right equipment, yeah, he's a pretty good tank. He really can't die, and you need as much durability as possible for being point blank with ballistic blades and the Rieger Carbine. For your Batarian Enforcer, I recommend damage and capacity just for the extra weight and the power damage for the blades. Also power damage because his ballistic blade power does a lot of damage, so that's nice. Then finally, damage and ammo. This is very good for guns like the Cerberus Harrier because you can have more ammo on that. Alright, now for his fitness, I just recommend all shields. Like I said, it's all about him staying alive. I don't like meleeing with this guy as much as you guys might wonder. Yeah, I hate meleeing with him. I think he's a terrible melee character personally. Alright, now for the equipment, I'm going to be using Incendiary Rounds 3, Shotgun Rail Amp 2, and Shield Booster 3 for tank abilities, and also the old Shield Booster equipment, which is also going to help for being a tank. Now, if you look right now, guys, as you might see, I have 255 of all equipment. I've done this by playing gold and just buying equipment packs and over and over again until I got 255. Now I'm going to show you a little trick that I was talking about in my previous video, which is if you buy a Spectre pack, when you have 255 of everything, you are guaranteed to get all level 3 equipment. Now that female human engineer, that shouldn't be there. Normally it will just be equipment. So you would get 4 level 3 equipments. It's really nice. I really like that. I just think that's dope. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this gameplay now. Like I said, the point of this gameplay is to pretty much show you guys the best way, the best way to run this weekend's challenge, which would be the Batarian, the Vorcha, and the Krogan, like a mixture. I think that's what the squad challenge is going to be, or the individual challenge is to get like a full extraction or to beat gold pretty much using a team mixed up of nothing but Krogans, Batarians, and Vorchas. So it's pretty cool. Now I will go ahead and put a link on both of the on this video in both the description and in the annotations to show you, if you haven't already seen, which I hope you have, the Krogan, the Rieger Carbine Krogan build, which is a newer build, and also my Vorcha Sentinel build, which you can do literally the same thing with the soldier. So as long as you have the Vorcha soldier or Sentinel, the build is pretty much the same. So yeah, so definitely check those out if you haven't, and whatever you feel comfortable playing with this weekend, go for it, and you'll have a lot of fun doing it. Gold is incredibly easy, especially when you use 4 really overpowered guns. Like, as you may know, if you watch some of my videos lately, I've done videos where we have ran around with everyone using the Cerberus Harrier. And in those videos, yeah, gold is just a cakewalk, and this is also going to be a cakewalk because we all have Rieger Carbines. And that will be your best way, even if you're maybe a subpar player and you don't feel comfortable on gold. Yeah, you will definitely you will probably have success. I'm not going to promise you will, but you probably will have success as long as you can follow one of my builds, one of my 3 builds for these classes with the Rieger carbine. And it really doesn't matter if you have the Rieger carbine at 1. That's cool too. If you don't even have the Rieger carbine, it's really not that big of a deal either. You can just use one of the builds and just go with, I don't know, a different gun, like just something else that you might want to use, and you'll be okay. But if you do have the Rieger carbine, yeah, this challenge weekend is going to be a cakewalk. It really is. All you got to do is just find people willing to do it, which I'm sure everyone's going to be willing to do it. And more than likely, a lot of people are also going to be willing to help other people out, even if they're randoms, just because, you know, more than likely, people are going to have, you know, they're going to want help doing it, and they're going to hopefully be nice enough to give out help, you know, doing it as well. So, and if you're in a clan, you know, obviously this should also be extremely easy for you, just because you can always just get together with clan members and do the challenge weekend. The reason why I came out with this video today and not over the weekend is because I probably won't be home this weekend, and because of that, like, I probably won't be uploading at all this weekend, besides the fun with guns, which will be coming out pretty much tomorrow. That will be my last video for probably the whole weekend, unfortunately, but you know, it's just something that's up. So like I said, guys, like this is going to be an extremely easy challenge weekend, and I hope everyone has fun doing it. Alright, so let me go ahead and talk a little bit about the Batarian soldier and the things they've done to him and the reason why I don't like him anymore. If you have been watching my videos for quite a while, at least, you know, since the, what was it called, the Resurgent pack came out, when the Batarian came out, in my videos, I used the Batarian soldier quite a bit in multiple videos, maybe like 4 or 5 different videos I used the Batarian soldier, and I really love the Batarian soldier. Like, he was definitely, at one point, probably my favorite character in the whole game, over the Solarian Infiltrator. That's just how much fun I had with him. I mean, he's just a beast. Like, he's brutal. Like, you know, you run up and you just fuck him up with grenades, and you make him. It's a bloody good time with this guy, because, you know, you shoot your blades at him, and then they boom, they blow up into like bits and pieces. It's classic. It's fun. And for a long time, like, I really thought he was awesome. Now, one of the things that they did, I think, unfortunately, which was kind of a mistake, was okay, this is what happened, is that his ballistic blades, the way they work is that they are a shotgun-like power, as you may know. You know, you can pretty much see that it's a shotgun-like power. And pretty much, the way you use it, you know, it's like a buckshot, and it has spread to it. And the way that it's supposed to work is that it has a certain radius, or like a degree of, a degree of hitting the enemies, pretty much. And originally, it was supposed to be, I don't remember the numbers at all, guys, so I just know that whatever happened, there was a mistake somewhere along the lines. It was some type of glitch where the programmer must have messed up and accidentally, instead of, it was supposed to be, okay, you're going to increase your angles by, or your degrees by 20%. Instead of 20%, it actually, like, went up 200, or something like that. Like, you know, so by the time it was over with, you had about a 360 degree, like, angle or degree. I know it's kind of confusing, but you had a 360 degree angle of pretty much hitting enemies. So everything around you would be hit. And the beautiful part was, because of that, if you hit something right in front of you and there wasn't no other enemies around you, like a phantom, you were going to hit the phantom with every bit of your blades, pretty much instantly killing the phantom. Well, not killing the phantom, but stunning the crap out the phantom. And by the time the blades blew up, she was pretty much dead. So it was an amazing power, and it still is a very good power. One of the best powers probably in the whole game, still. But like I said, if they have fixed that problem, they made it so it went back to the way it was supposed to be. So I think if you get cone spread now, it's only 110 degrees around you, and I don't know what the default is, but I believe it's like 70 or 80 degrees. So it's really not even worth it to go for the cone spread. And because of that, also, it's really tough now to stun a phantom. And like right there, if it would have been the blades from the past, it would have, staggered the phantom. And then I could have just, I mean, if you can stagger a phantom, you should know from the Krogan video. If you can stagger the Phantom with and then shoot him with the Rieger carbine, they're dead. And he just doesn't have that ability anymore. So like I said, the better way in my opinion now is just to play it like a super shotgun, like just up in their face, point blank. And if you are point blank to a Phantom, yeah, you will stun them because the blades can't miss. So that's something to pretty much, consider. And the other big thing, which will really matter for this guy, is using the Rieger carbine. It's amazing on him. Now, before someone comments, and I know they're gonna comment, they're gonna say, "Hey, Jumpin', do you know you can do like the Fortune glitch with the Batarian soldier?" Yes, I do know you can do that. Do I like doing it with him? Hell no, because I think it's retarded as hell to do it with him. The way the ballistic blades need to be, the way you need to use the ballistic blade is as a stun power. So just think of it like that. Like, I named this character Boom Shock, just like a boomstick, because right there I stunned that Phantom because I was so close range, as you could see. But I named it Boom Shock because it's a shotgun boomstick, and the whole thing you need to do the whole time is to use your ballistic blades to stun enemies, and then just blow them away with the Rieger carbine. Like, that's pretty much the point of the build. The blade armor isn't there for meleeing. You don't need a melee with this guy. The Rieger carbine will pretty much do all the work for you. And the main thing that you're going to need to be doing when you play this, this Batarian now, is to run up point blank, very close range for the Rieger carbine and for the blades. And because of that, you need defense, and the blade armor can give you 30% damage protection. And it is very noticeable. This guy feels really flimsy. I mean, really flimsy without the blade armor. He really does. At least to me. Like, I hate playing this guy now without blade armor, because he just goes down too easy. And especially now that his ballistic blade just doesn't stun every enemy. Because I mean, it used to do that. If you guys didn't know that, it used to literally stun every enemy around you. So, even if you're gonna die, like, oh man, I'm gonna die. If you were able to ballistic blade, you would stun everything around you just to give you enough time to just kind of like take some cover, or start to get your shields back and survive. I mean, he was a really easy character to just be an offensive god with. Now you need to play him a little bit more defensively, just because he lost his godly ballistic blade radius. But overall, as you can see, he's still extremely good. The ballistic blades do so much damage. If they blow up, they do a ton of damage. Overall, like, he's a lot of fun to play with, and he's really good. It's just a shame what they have done, because in a lot of ways, I don't really use him much anymore. I really just don't like him like I used to, and that's unfortunate. But like I said, for the challenge weekend, if you want it, let's say you just might not have the Vorcha, and you are just a shitty Krogan player, or you might not even have the Krogan Vanguard, because the Krogan Vanguard is going to be really easy to, you can set up the game too. Like, you can just play. I don't recommend doing a team like this against Geth. So you definitely want to do this against Cerberus, maybe Reapers. Unfortunately, though, the Krogan Vanguard is not that good against Reapers, so probably Cerberus is your best way to go. Because if the Krogan Vanguard charges into a Phantom, and you're right there to just ballistic blade it, yeah, she's gonna get total, like this. You'll see some good examples in this upload of how good close range gods we all are. I mean, that's really what we are. We have 3 tanks, pretty much, no, 4 tanks really, because this guy is a tank in a lot of ways. As you can tell, I haven't went down yet. And after a while, I'm going to really start trying to get my flawless. I wanted a flawless in this game. If you guys don't know, obviously I hope you guys know what that means. That just means you don't die in gold. You went flawless in gold. And yeah, you'll see what happens if, but, that's just the thing, guys. So, like I said, Batarian Soldier, still a good character. Not my favorite anymore, though. But, this is the best way to go with him. Now, you might wonder, what happened to the nades, the incendiary grenades or the inferno grenades? Why do I not like them anymore? Well, there's a reason why I don't like them. It's because this build just does so much damage. you know, in general, like just because of the gun. Like this, the gun on this build is enough to, or just the Reaper Carbine in general is enough to just get the job done, like on any character really, and especially on him. It's just enough. You combine the Reaper Carbine, a close range god of a gun, with Ballistic Blade, which is a close range godly power. Yeah, that's a good day. Like, you're gonna have a lot of fun just, you know, just rocking the hell out of enemies. So that's the thing, guys. Like, that's the reason why the Inferno Nades are not there. It's because the Blade Armor is going to pay off for you more. Inferno Nades are just kind of bad outside of Reapers and bosses, honestly. They're just not that good. And, you know, it's too tempting when you're using grenades to just say, you know, F it, and, you know, what you'll end up doing is you'll put the grenade capacity gear on. You don't want the grenade capacity gear. You pretty much just want shield booster gear or stronghold package, something like that for defense. He's a defensive player more than anything else because he can't dodge, and any character that cannot dodge, you always take a high risk of them getting murdered by not being able to avoid grenades and just bullets and banshees easily, things like that, and phantoms. You have to build this guy to take damage, to just eat damage. If you do not eat damage, then you will die a lot, and the Blade Armor is good about that. And, you know, Blade Armor also has other perks. It will increase your heavy melee, or your melee ability. I do not like his melees. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, but, Jumpin', the heavy melee on the Batarian is, like, the best in the game. It has the most power. Yeah, but it's also the slowest. So, in a lot of ways, I was thinking about coming out with another Vorcha video, which is a pure melee build for the Vorcha, because from what I've seen of some, like, from just testing the Vorcha out, with, you know, well, mainly my friends, like Snide's been doing it, and we've been testing it out, and just like, it's unbelievable. The Vorcha melee build can, like, pretty much, like, one hit a brute almost. Like, it's insane. It just does so much damage because of his bloodlust stacking and his, you know, all that kind of stuff, like just bloodlust stacking, all the melee damage bonuses you get from your fitness, strength enhancer 3, you know, a blade on your shotgun, on your Reaper Carbine, or whatever it's going to be. You just get so much bonuses to your melee that it's insane how godly his melee is. So I would prefer the Vorchas. His melees are quick. He has a really quick heavy melee. That the slowness of the Batarian's heavy melee is what makes it not that great. If you try to run up and punch a brute, an Atlas, a Phantom, a Banshee, yeah, you're gonna die. Now, of course, that would just be stupid, and you should never do that anyway. Now, right here, I was thinking about rocking that, but I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, just shoot these enemies. And I was really getting pinned in here, so I called for Drew, who was our Krogan Vanguard, to come and help me out. You know, that's really important. If you're trying a team like this for the weekend, like if you feel like you're pinched or you need some help, just call in your Krogan Vanguard. He will save the day for you, and like that's his job, is to just come and eat some damage for you. Like, oh dude, I'm gonna die, I need the Krogan Vanguard. Like, you know, the job as a Krogan Vanguard is just to jump in front of everyone else and just be like, hey, shoot me instead. I have 1 billion shields and I can get them back instantly. And stun all the enemies with my charge. So that's the way the Krogan needs to be played in this group. The Vorcha, for this group, for this team, you really need to learn how to do the Vorcha Flamer glitch thing, whatever you want to call it. Because, yeah, it's really godly. Like, that is a very godly combination for fighting Reapers or just really any enemy faction. Like I said, Geth, though, no, because the Batarian is just not good against Geth. He gets really stunned really easily. I mean, when I say stunned, he gets staggered. He gets just donkey shit on because of the Hunters and the Rocket Troopers and the Primes. Every shot will stun you. And you can't move. You're just like, oh, I can't move. Oh, I can't move. I can't move. Oh, I'm dead. You know, that's just what will happen with a Batarian. So, you don't want to play against Geth with this guy. And the Vorcha they have an amazing ability, which is Bloodlust, that allows them to regenerate health. The only downside to them is that anything that causes massive damage, like a good example, this is going to be a pretty nice little rocket right here. Anything that, you know, causes massive damage, like a Phantom or an Atlas or, I don't know, a Brute, Ravager, those things can kill you. Now, when it comes down to the Geth have the most crazy damages in the game. Like, everything can kill you as a Vorcha. The Hunters can kill you. The Rocket Troopers can kill you. The Primes can easily kill you. And the Pyros can even kill you. So, it's really hard to play a Vorcha against Geth. So, like I said, when you try this team out, when you go ahead and you try, like, you know, any combination of team with these guys, you really need to just focus on, you know, playing against Cerberus or Reapers. Unfortunately, now I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I hate Reapers, they're the worst ever on gold. Like I said, just play Cerberus. Cerberus Cerberus isn't easy, but you can do it. So I have full confidence in everybody to be able to get this challenge weekend done. The other part of the challenge weekend is just to kill 7 million level 1 or class 1 enemies, meaning the assault troopers, cannibals, and Geth troopers. That's 7. I mean, you might think, oh, 7 million, that's a lot. I'm not even worried about that, though, because there's a lot of people who play on bronze. If you want to work at getting that done for the community, yeah, just play bronze. Bronze would be probably the best way. Bronze and silver. But, I mean, gold, not so much, because on gold, all those enemies disappear by wave 5. You only kill so many in the first couple waves, and that's it. Where on silver, you'll see them every wave pretty much, and on bronze, you see nothing but them on almost every wave. You might see 1 phantom, like, or 2 phantoms, or I don't even know. That's it. You know, I mean, this is what it is. All right, this is wave 10, and right now I just realized I was, you know, I had the flawless still. I wanted to try to play as like smart as possible, and then check out this terrible fucking rocket. That was the worst rocket I have ever shot in the history of this game. I don't know what the hell happens. I think that, like, I might have just developed a, you know, a sudden freaking Parkinson's like disorder or something, but my hand just was like, oh, I was like, you know, trying to line up the shot. I'm like, oh, I think I can hit that, and then it's just like, boom, just my hand just fucking went flying up in the air, and it just went. I probably hit the fucking Reaper out in the space, if you remember this level. Like, I probably hit the Reaper all the way out there. I mean, I don't freaking know, but yeah, it was a really bad rocket. Like, definitely my worst. Now right here, this is ridiculous. I'm like, alright, I'm gonna get this done. I want this flawless. I just want to get this done. And I'm like, oh shit, there's a phantom coming. Let me kill this cunt. And I'm starting to kill her, and then all of a sudden, like, boom! Another one snuck up behind me. So I was so mad, man. So mad, because I mean, going flawless is whatever, but it's always nice to go flawless with something like a Batarian soldier, a frontline. As you know, if you've been watching this gameplay, I have been in the enemy's faces the entire time, and I have survived the entire time. So going down the one time, just, you know, like, in doing it in that faction, where of course I could have like camped or played really conservatively, like, or do something like that. Now of course I could have had the flawless, but I wasn't going to do that. That's not my play style. I was going to play aggressive again, and I was going to try to help my team by getting the objective. And that's one of the reasons why I don't get those stupid devices, is because of that dumb shit like that. I'm a lot better at covering people on the device than I am at actually getting it. So there you go. Like, that's the best way to put it. Alright, so we just got wave 10 done. Now we're going to be on wave 11. And because of how overpowered our build, well, this gun is mainly, but, you know, the 4 Reaker carbines, we know for a fact we should be able to hold down the landing pad area with no problem. And now that we are all 4 here, and there's, like, you know, it's like pretty much 4-on-4 phantoms, we're gonna freaking wreck them all. As you can tell, we can just drop an Atlas in like a half of a second because of the flamer ability, the ballistic blade, and of course the Reaker carbine. It just does a ridiculous amount of total damage to the enemies. Alright guys, But you know, as you can tell, this video is winding down. So the main thing I wanted to get out there in this video is that this challenge weekend should not be hard, guys. You know, like I said, if I have builds for the Vorcha, I have the build for the Krogan Vanguard, and I have the new revised build for the Batarian soldier. So I definitely recommend following one of my builds and just doing it, and you really shouldn't have no problem, to be honest. I don't really think, I think out of most of the weekends, this is going to be one of the easier ones, just because, like, these characters, especially together, are a really good team, honestly. Like, this is a really good team. Like, I was really realizing how good of a team this was, because we are all just tanky. Like, we cover each other really well because we're tanky, but unfortunately, right there, Drew got freaking stabbed. So that really sucks. So we won't get our full extraction, but it's kind of like whatever. Anyway, guys, like I said, as you can tell, this is winding down. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Pretty much like always, guys, please comment, please like, please subscribe, and have a nice day and good luck with the weekend challenge.